Welcome to Demon Tales. You've met them in nightmares. Now, meet them here. You must subscribe to us. Don't forget to click the bell icon. Otherwise, you will not survive.
Elara, who was barely scraping by on her part-time cafe job, it felt like a miracle. The salary offered was more than she could have ever dreamed of.
Desperation won out over any lingering unease.
You've come. I was expecting you. This is Obsidian. He's, a good boy.
After helping her unpack, Mrs. Albright laid out the rules of the house. The job was simple. Prepare her meals at set times, read aloud from her collection of old books, and keep to the schedule.
Elara's main task was to be a constant presence, a companion in the lonely house.
There were only 2 strict rules. The first was simple: never go into the cellar. She pointed to a heavy, iron-banded door at the back of the first-floor hallway.
That place is sealed off. For your own good, do not open it. Do you understand?
Yes.
Obsidian sleeps in his room. Every night you must make sure he is inside, and the door is locked. No matter what, you must lock the door.
Elara would read to Mrs. Albright for hours, her voice echoing in the vast, silent rooms. The first strange thing happened on the 3rd night. Elara was heading to her room when she heard a faint, rhythmic scratching.
A first strange night.
Probably just the old house, or a rodent, right?
The next morning, she mentioned it to Mrs. Albright. Right. The house has its little secrets. Don't mind them.
But the sounds grew. They became louder, more insistent. No matter how many times she locked the cat away, she kept seeing him again, silent, waiting. She would be certain she had heard the key turn in the lock, had felt the satisfying click of the deadbolt. She tried to tell Mrs. Albright, but the old woman just smiled a thin, humorless smile.
He's a smart boy. He knows his way around.
A week into her stay, the real terror began.
Listen.
Elara listened. At first, she heard nothing but the pounding of her own heart. Then, she heard it.
Driven by a mix of fear and an irrational impulse to help, Alara did the one thing she was told not to do. When Mrs. Albright was out of the room, she crept to the cellar door. The iron handle was cold under her hand. The staircase was a spiral of splintered wood that descended into a pit of impenetrable darkness. She felt something soft and furry rub against her leg. She knew it was the cat.
Sound, but it wasn't coming from the cat. It was coming from the very walls around her.
There was a secret here. She had to know. Her fear was overtaken by a desperate curiosity. The cat's pleading eyes. There had to be a reason. This time, she turned on her flashlight. The beam cut through the darkness, illuminating the dusty, cobweb-filled space. The floor was packed dirt, and a thick, sweet odor hung in the air.
Suddenly she saw it. In the center of the dirt floor.
Her hands trembling. It was Mrs. Albright's journal. She flipped through the pages. The handwriting was neat but shaky.
June 12th, 1974. The house is a prison. I cannot leave. He has promised me life, but I am fading. He wants a vessel. Another one. July 3rd, 1974. I found a new companion. A young woman, bright and full of life. He will like her. The cat knows. The cat always knows. He is my warden. My protector. He is the guardian of the vessel.
The journal described the entity as a shadow walker, a creature from beyond, which Mrs. Albright had made a pact with.
It gave her eternal, but twisted, life in exchange for a fresh
Human vessel every few years. The cat was not a pet. It was the creature's familiar, a physical manifestation of its power. A warden to the new vessel, a guardian. The scratching in the walls was the sound of the previous victims, trapped between worlds, their souls unable to escape. The journal ended with an entry from just a few weeks ago.
October 19th, 2024. The last companion escaped. She was clever, but he found her. She will become a part of the house. I need a new one. I have put out the ad. You read the story. Now you are part of it.
Alara knew there was no escape. She ran to the window.
The creature that was once Mrs. Albright was in her room now!
In the morning, the house was silent. The sun shone on the dust motes in the air.
The house was not a house. It was a trap. And no one ever got out alive.